Hey there, today we are going to be talking about multiplying and dividing fractions. Multiplying and dividing fractions, it's much more simple. And I'm going to circle much just because it's much more simple than adding and subtracting fractions. With adding and subtracting fractions, you had to go and find a common denominator. You had to change your initial fractions into equivalent fractions, and it was a whole process. Multiplying fractions, especially, is incredibly simple. It's very cut and dry. You multiply the numerators together, you multiply the denominators together, or in what I wrote is tops and bottoms. Okay, so when we look at 3/4 times a half, you're going to take 3, multiply it by 1. You're going to take 4 and multiply it by 2, just like we did right here. 3 times 1 over 4 times 2, which will give you 3/8. That's all you have to do. Multiplying fractions. So simple, I did it again. 4/5 times 3/4. You're going to multiply your tops together, and then you're going to multiply your bottoms together. You'll take 4/3, you multiply it, or 4 times 3, you'll put that over 5 times 4, and you get 12 over 20. Now, we have 12 over 20. That is a fraction that we can reduce into lowest terms, which means we're going to divide the top and the bottom by the same factor. 12 and 20, they're both divisible by 2, and they're both divisible by 4. So in this case, we divided the top by 4 and the bottom by 4. 12 divided by 4 gives you 3. 20 divided by 4 gives you 5. And that's how you put those answers into lowest terms, which we've done before. Now, dividing fractions, it comes right down to multiplying fractions again. The way we do it is we use a process called keep, change, flip. It's the simplest, easiest way to do it. You multiply it by something called the reciprocal, or the opposite fraction. What we do is we keep the first fraction the same. So this 5/6 divided by 6 over 7, we're going to keep this the same. We're going to change our sign to multiply, and we're going to flip our second fraction. So when we do keep, change, flip, or the way I like to put it is KCF, and I'll write that down in our next example. We've got 5/6 times 7/6. And then you just multiply the same way. So you multiply your tops together, you multiply your bottoms together, and you end up with 35 over 36. Everything is going to boil down to multiplying when it comes to dividing and, of course, multiplying fractions. And then you have to make sure that your answers are simplified. So let's take a look at a few examples just to get it away. You got 4/5 times 3/5. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to multiply your tops, you're going to multiply your bottoms, and you're going to get 4 times 3, which is 12, over 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay, those can't be simplified, so we're good to go. Same thing with 2/3 times 1/4. You're going to take 2 times 1, 3 times 4, you get 2 over 12. Both of these can be divided by 2, of course, and you're left with 1 over 6 as your final answer. Now, when we're dividing, again, we're going to do keep, change, flip. I always like to write it out here, so you're going to have keep, change, flip, or KCF. It's like KFC, but even better. You're going to keep that first fraction, so you're going to keep it 5/8. You're going to change the dividing to multiplying, and we're going to flip that second fraction to 2 over 1. And then we multiply our tops, multiply our bottoms, and you're left with 10 over 8. Now, if you want to know how to simplify that, just hop over to another video where we talk about mixed numbers. But this is going to boil down to 1 and 2 over 8, which is going to be 1 1/4 at the end of the day. Okay, so again, if you want to figure out how to change these kinds of fractions into mixed numbers, I go through it in depth in another video. But that's pretty much it. That's everything you need to know about multiplying and dividing fractions. So when you multiply, you're going to take the tops and take the bottoms and multiply them together. And when you're dividing fractions, you're going to do your good old keep change flip. If you have any questions, put it down in the comments. Please remember to give us a like and hit that subscribe button. And if you want any more content or have any more questions about other kinds of math or arithmetic, please put it down in the comments below.